What's up, everybody? Weston here with the Hidden Gibbon, and I am back with another episode and Friday's installment of Magic for the Working Class, where we do deck techs for commanders ranging from pre-con commanders all the way up to some very old commanders that are all under $100, because as we all know, this hobby can be very expensive, but should be very affordable. People should have the ability, no matter what their economic circumstances are, to be able to afford a hobby and an escape mechanism from the day-to-day rigors of life. But before I get into the deck tech proper, if you like Magic for the Working Class, if you like my daily deck techs, or any of the other stuff in between, including my niche history stuff, feel free to subscribe, only if you feel I've earned it. And without further ado, let's get into Y'shtola Knights Blessed, shall we? So yes, Y'shtola is a pre-con commander. However, already, it is becoming increasingly difficult to actually find the full pre-cons for Final Fantasy. It's honestly easier to pick up Y'shtola herself than it is to get the precon. So, you know, sometimes people aren't able to get those precons, and that's why I chose her for today. But who is she as a card? Well, she's a 2/4 for 1 generic, a white, a blue, and a black. She has Vigilance, and at the beginning of each end step, if a player lost 4 or more life this turn, you draw a card. It's pretty nice. And whenever you cast a non-creature spell with mana value 3 or greater, Y'shtola deals 2 damage to each opponent, and you gain 2 life. Pretty nice overall. Now, for our creatures, we are going to have quite a few that we managed to snag from the precon, full admittance there, but we also are adding a few in that weren't. Starting us out, we have a card that I'm probably not going to pronounce correctly, but I'm going to go with Alphanod Levelier. Final Fantasy friends, please don't tar and feather me. It's a 2/4 for 4. Partner with Alice Levelier. Sorry. Vigilance. And it has Eucrasia, which is whenever you cast your second spell each turn, draw a card. Pretty nice. We have Chameleon, Master of Disguise. You can have him enter as a copy of any creature you control, except for its Chameleon, Master of Disguise. And he also has Mayhem. What I would do is I would probably copy my Y'shtola with him, to be honest with you. That way you have 2 Y'shtolas out there, and they're going to be doing lots of fun things. We have Defacing Duskmage out there. He's a dog warlock. He's a 2/2 for 2 with Death Touch, and whenever an opponent draws their second card each turn, this creature becomes prepared, and then you can pay 3 on it to do Vandal's Edict. Draw 2 cards, each player loses 2 life. That's pretty good overall, and this counts as a spell, non-creature spell being cast for mana value 3 or greater, which is always nice. You know, you're gonna gain the 2 life, which net neutral on this card, while your opponents are gonna lose not only the 2 life for the damage that Y'shtola is going to deal, but then, you know, each then they lose 2 life off of this card. We have, oh my god, I should have played more Final Fantasy. I'm going to assume this is Graha Tia, Scion Reborn. It's a 2/3 for 3, lifelink, and throw wide the gates. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may pay X life, where X is that spell's mana value. If you do, create a 1/1 colorless hero creature token and put X 1/1 counters on it. Do this only once each turn. It's pretty nice, like paying the life when you're going to gain 2 life anyway. And then creating those hero tokens and putting counters on it is just a nice way to generate little value dudes. I believe this one did come from the precon. We do have Hadi Jin in here. It is a star 4 for 3 flying, and the creature's power is equal to the number of instant sorcery cards in your graveyard, and instant sorceries you cast cost 1 less, which is always nice. We have Hildebrand Menderville. This guy just looks dapper as hell. I wish I had as much swag as this guy. Holy cow. But he has an adventure for 3, so there you go, an instant that will net you the stuff off of Y'shtola. Also, there's a cat lady behind him. Interesting. Create a 2/2 black zombie creature token, and then creature tokens you control get +1/+1, and when Hildebrand Manderville dies, you may cast it from your graveyard as an adventure anytime until the end of your next turn. These pair well together because they're going to generate the nice little tokens for you. We have Hope S-Time. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent mills X cards, where X is the amount of life you gain this turn. Just a nice way to mill people. Hydro Channeler, tap and add a blue. Add this mana only to cast an instant or a sorcery card. Also, the art on this card is very beautiful. Mila Pesic, or Pesic, you did a great job on this. If you ever see this video, know that this art is beautiful. And then you can also pay 1 to tap to add a mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast an instant or sorcery spell. Hypnotic Sprite is in here. You can counter a spell with converted mana cost 3 or less for its adventure cost, which will net you a trigger off of your Y'shtola. You can also play it as a 2/1 with flying. We have both Liesas in here. This first Liesa is whenever another non-token creature you control dies, return that card to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. If creature an opponent would die, exile it instead. I love the fact that this is like pseudo graveyard hate and gets your stuff back. And then we have Liesa, Shroud of Dusk, which is rather than pay 2 for each previous time you've cast this spell from your command zone this game, you can pay 2 life that many times. We are not playing her as a commander, so that is dead text. Then she has flying and lifelink, and whenever a player casts a spell, they lose 2 life. We have Lies Hexed. Prowess and non-creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. As long as you cast 2 or more non-creature spells this turn, Lies Hexed has double strike. We have Mai. This is a pain deck, as you can see, right? Like, Mai is in here. Liesa's in here, right? Whenever a player casts a non-creature spell, they lose 2 life. You're going to net gain 2 life off of it. You're going to net neutral because you're going to gain 2 life as well. Murderous Rider, it's adventure. Destroy target creature or planeswalker, you lose 2 life. And then it has lifelink, and when it dies, you put it on the bottom of its library. We have Kutsa, Augur of Agonies. Whenever you draw a card, target opponent loses 1 life, and you gain 1 life. This is very synergistic, of course, with Y'shtola. We also have Stormscape Familiar. It's a burb. It's a 1/1 for 2, and white and black spells you play cost 1 less to play. This actually works on your creature spells as well, which is always nice. Torrential Gearhulk's in here. He must have been in the precon as well. Flash, when this creature enters, you can cast target instant card from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. If that spell would be put into your graveyard, exile it instead. Now, for our sorceries. And again, with budget decks, like the goal here is to essentially give you an alternate precon for the precon and give you a way to build up from here. We do have Circle of Power. You draw 2 cards and lose 2 life. Create a 0/1 black wizard. This is also going to ping, by the way. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. And wizards you control get +1/+0 and gain lifelink till end of turn. Cleansing Nova, you can choose to destroy all creatures or all artifacts and enchantments. We have Cornered by Black Mages. Target opponent sacrifices a creature of their choice. And then you create a 0/1 black wizard creature token with whenever you cast a non-creature spell, they ping for 1. We have Debt to the Deathless, one of my favorite arts in Magic. It's so creepy and haunting. Each opponent loses 2 times X life. You gain life equal to the life lost this way. We have Exsanguinate in here, helping gain you a bunch of life and lose them a bunch of life. We have Final Judgment, remove all creatures from the game. This exiles them. Think of this as like bargain brand farewell. We have ourselves Lingering Souls. Create 2/1/1 white spirit creature tokens. We have Risky Shortcut. Draw 2 cards. Each player loses 2 life. Rite of Replication. So you can copy your non-legendary creatures that you have up here. Few of them that there are. Like your Stormscape Familiar is great. If you copy that and then you're able to, make your Exsanguinate or Death to the Deathless get extra value off the X. We have Time Wipe. Return a creature you control to its owner's hand, then destroy all creatures. Treasure Cruise is in here to draw 3. And then we have Vindicate. For instance, we have quite a few. We have Absorb, counter a spell, you gain 3 life. Aetherize, return all attacking creatures to their owner's hands. We have Counterpoint, counter target spell. You may cast a creature, instant, sorcery, or planeswalker spell from your graveyard with mana value less than or equal to that spell's mana value without paying its mana cost. This card's nice. I hadn't heard of it before doing research for this. So I am going to probably order a few and put some of them into my decks. Crushing Disappointment. Each player loses 2 life. You draw 2 cards. Disallow, counter a spell, or an activated ability, or a triggered ability. Foolish Fate, destroy a creature. If you gain life this turn, that creature's controller loses 3 life instead. This is really fun because when you cast this, Y'shtola's ability is going to go onto the stack, and you're going to resolve that first, then the spell's going to resolve, so you're going to also have the creature's controller lose 3 life, which is nice. Mana Sculpt, counter a spell. If you control a wizard and an amount of colorless, Y'shtola is a wizard. So this is like mana drain we have at home. Mughul's Valor, a card I absolutely love in 1v1 Brawl on Arena. For each creature you control, create a 1/2 white Mughal creature token with lifelink. Then creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn. Love this card. We have Mortify and Overkill for a little bit of removal, as well as Utter End and Void Rend. And Sephiroth's Intervention and Slaughter, which is you can pay for life to buy it back, but it's destroy target non-black creature. That creature cannot be regenerated this turn. We also have Refute. It's counter spell. Draw a card, then discard a card. Rewind is counter spell. Untap up to 4 lands. And of course, a Sublime Epiphany, counter a spell, or you choose one or more. Counter a spell, counter an activated or triggered ability. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Create a token that's a copy of target creature you control. Target player draws a card. Artifacts. We are running the signets in here. Arcane Signet as well. Coveted Jewel, just because the card is fun. I'm not gonna lie. I really like the card. And we also have Black Mage's Rod. Equipped creature gets +1/+0, and whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this creature deals 1 damage to each opponent, and is a wizard in addition to its other types. It also has job select, so it comes in with a hero with this equipped to it. Enchantments. We have As Foretold. Beginning of your upkeep, put a time counter on it. And then once each turn, you may pay 0 rather than pay the mana cost for a spell you cast with mana value X or less, where X is the number of time counters. So getting to cast stuff for free is always fun, especially in a deck where we want things to be like 3 or more mana value. Cleric class, so if you would gain a life, you gain that much +1. Level 2 is you get to put a 1/1 counter on a creature you control when you gain life. And level 3 is you get to return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield and gain life equal to its toughness. Oh, I'm getting a spam call. Does anybody else get like a literal daily spam call? Every day, friends. And they leave a voicemail. It's the worst. This shit should be illegal. We have Curiosity. Whenever enchanted creature deals damage to an opponent, you may draw a card. Put this on Ishtola to net, an extra card. It's pretty great. Imprisoned in the Moon. A lot of people know what this is, and I love this card. I love turning people's commander into a useless land, especially punishing them if they aren't running any sort of enchantment removal. We have Observe Stasis. Enchanted creature an opponent controls when the aura enters, remove the enchanted creature from combat, then draw a card for each tapped creature its controller controls, and then enchanted creature loses all abilities and can't attack or block. There you go. We have Parasitic Impetus. The enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and goaded, and whenever the enchanted creature attacks, its controller loses 2 and you gain 2, which is always nice. Revenge of Raven. So whenever a creature attacks you, they lose 1 life, you gain 1 life. Oh look, there's the voicemail. Sanguine Bond. Whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. And Shark Typhoon. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you make some sharks. This is to help you out with the token sub-theme that goes in here, to help with Hildebrand, and you got this getting some there too. And then our lands, the bunch of cheap duels, right? Like you have the Orsal Basilica, the Azorius Chantry in here, Arcane Sanctum, Demir Aqueduct, Drowned Catacomb. We got Evolving Wilds, all that stuff. The cheap mana base, right? And so the deck comes in at $64. So that is an excellent start, right? Like $64 is pretty cheap. Now, let's take a look at the playthrough, shall we? Alright, so let's see what Moxfield gave me today. Hey, we have a land of each color. That's already not bad. The spells in hand are pretty booty, but we're gonna do what we do. So we're gonna drop down a swamp. Next turn. I'm gonna drop down a plains. Next turn. We're going to drop down an island. Next turn. Ooh. Can I play anything for 3 here? No. But can I play anything for 4? I will say that I will make a token of somebody's thing. What is it? Yeah, we have a token. Next turn. Next turn. We're going to... Okay. We are going to cast Ishtola. Next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are going to cast Liesa And we are going to bounce this Plains to our hand to put in Azorius Chantry. Not that bad. Next turn, what do we want to do? Ooh, whenever we play a spell, I am just going to return this to my hand to play Dimir Aqueduct. Next turn, we're going to replay our Plains. And we have... So, we're going to Adventure Time Murderous. So, people are going to lose 2 life. Or they're going to be dealt 2 damage. We gain 2 life. But we also lose 2 life with Liesa, so net neutral there. And then we're going to attack with Liesa. This is over here. Which then we get to draw a card off of Y'shtola. Next turn, we're going to play an island. I would say, you know, we just keep the removal train going. And we Sephiroth's Intervention, which means everybody's going to get dealt 2. We gain 2, net neutral, swing in, draw a card off of Y'shtola. And next turn, we play another island. I am going to play this. We lose 2. Boop, boop. We've gained a bunch off of Liesa. And honestly, we just let it sit and we just smash with her. And so we get to draw another card. Next turn, we go like this. We're going to play this guy. Yeah. Like, sitting back is fine. We've got good board wipe in here. If we wanted to, we could exsanguinate. So let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Exsanguinate for 9. We gain 27, which means we'll draw 1 off of Y'shtola at end of turn, which is always nice. We get to play a Plains. See, we're getting a good mixture of lands and spells in here. We can still attack. Oh, well, it would have been 10, actually, because, you know, the thing is in play. You know, we could always, what do you call it? Play Torrential Gearhulk on an opponent's turn, and then get ourselves, yeah, the right of replication, which then you could do Torrential Gearhulk and do some other stuff. But yeah, that's kind of how it works, right? It's just a slow, straightforward kind of deck. You're not going to have to worry too much about it. I'm going to play Glacial Fortress on this one's turn 1. Turn 2, we're going to play a Swamp. And I am going to play my next turn. Isolated Chapel. You know what? Graha. Next turn. Island. We just start getting our stuff out here. We put Y'shtola down. Next turn. I'm just going to Chameleon Y'shtola. And so we have some stuff that we can play now. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to say during an opponent's turn, we are going to utter end something. So then everybody's going to lose 4. Or everybody's going to be dealt 4. I'm going to gain 4. And then whenever I cast a non-creature spell, I can pay X life. You know what? I'll just pay the 4. And I will create the colorless token here. Where is it? I assume it's a hero. Yeah, colorless hero token. And then this is going to get 4 1/1 counters on it. All off of an utter end. So we net neutral there. And at the beginning of each end step, if a player lost 4 or more life, we draw a card. We're going to get to draw 2 cards. Boom. Next turn, we draw, we play a Swamp. We have a full grip of cards. This is so good. You know, I'm just going to sit because we can just sit here on our removal, on our counter magic and stuff like that. If you want to, you can play Defacing Dusk Mage. And you can start doing stuff like that. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. As always, I am Lester with the Hidden Gibbon. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. What's up?